Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy, the Sinister Minister, Mr. J Sinister, coming at you. And man, it's been a wild few weeks. It's the start, baby. It's the second day of September. We in there. Do you remember? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in there. September. We in there. First, before we get to what I want to talk about today, I want to give a big, gigantic shout out to all my new subscribers and all my new followers on Twitter, all my new subscribers on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for trying to help a brother make it. This shit is not easy, but it's fun. I love talking to y'all. Love bringing y'all this content. Let's keep this shit rolling. Let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it going. Here we go. All right, so, as a lot of y'all may know, WWE2K22 is coming out in March. Now, initially, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because I would never do that. Initially, your boy was hot. Woohoo! Your boy was hot. Boy. I was hot. I was mad as hell. Boy, I was pissed the fuck off. Woo! Boy, I was red like Kane's fire. Boy, I was redder than Deadpool's mask in this motherfucker. I was hot. You hear me? Hot. They did exactly what I pleaded with them not to do. I pleaded with them not to show a 30-second trailer at SummerSlam. And that's exactly what they did. And then the coup de grace. They flashed March 2022 across the screen. And like I just said, your boy was pissed off. I was mad than a motherfucker. But after a few weeks, I've had some time to think about it. And at this point, all I can do is hope. I've said this on one of Assemble's videos. It's run by a guy named Matt and his team. Y'all go check him out. It's a really good dude. Great content. Assemble. Really good content. Check that out. I think that WWE needs to be done with 2K. I am really I want WWE 2K22 to be a great game. But I want WWE to be done with 2K because it's not good. That's not okay. You can't settle for mediocrity. You can't. You know, my mom, she told me when I was younger, she told me, you either stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. And I'm not saying that this is entirely 2K's fault. I'm not saying that. There's bullshit coming from both ends. And us as wrestling fans, as video games fans, as wrestling game fans, we in the middle. We got 2K on one side and we got WWE on the other. And they both got their part in the fuck up. I'm not blaming one or the other side. I'm not doing that. I'm blaming both of their asses because we the ones taking the shit on the chin. We the ones taking the shit on the chin. How long are y'all, how much longer are y'all going to expect to just keep fucking over the people that you want money from? That's not right. That's not right. But I digress. I am going to attempt to help 2K and WWE in this video. Now, Pretty sure they may not listen because, you know, they're multi-million-dollar companies. Why would you listen to just one lonely fan? But there was something that was brought to my attention by a guy, a YouTuber. He's also a sports journalist. He covers all type. He writes sports articles for basketball, football, baseball, a lot of sports. He covers a lot of sports. His name is Brian Mazik, and another great YouTuber that I came across. That's a hell of a guy right there, Brian Mazik, Unique Mazik. Shout outs to you, brother. All love. He said something in one of his last videos about about a WWE version of My Team. He called it My Faction. Now, while I was not initially on board with the idea because I don't know that much about the My Team and the Diamond Dynasty stuff, I have played a little bit of FIFA 21 and I kind of understand the premise, so I get it. But see, here's the thing. I think it would be cool if you did do that. But here's the thing. This is what you also do. I think that they need to have WWE2K22 editions. Mode editions. Hear me out. Because I know that somebody on Brian Mazik's channel, one of his subscribers, he just maybe somebody who commented on his video said something about either or. Either they was going to do the general manager mode or they were going to do the My Team thing. Why not do both? Now you don't do both and cram both game modes into the game and then just fuck the rest of the game up. No, that's probably going to be a recipe for disaster if you try to put both of those game modes in that game, and then because then you may wind up neglecting the rest of the game, the meat of it. And they shouldn't do that. What they should do, and here's my thought, they should give us WWE 2K22 mode editions, where one edition of the game comes with general manager mode, meaning you don't get the My Faction mode. You just get the general manager mode, because I know a lot of people want general manager mode. Now, as far as I'm concerned, why the fuck you want general manager mode? I'll never fucking know. Because here's the thing. When you had general manager mode, was there really was that an online mode? No, it wasn't. You had to have, in order for you to get the most fulfillment out of that game, you had to have one of your friends sitting right next to you, and basically both of y'all needed to be playing this game on a weekly basis in order for you to get some type of enjoyment out of it. I've said this in my previous video. I think the only way that a general manager mode can survive in the state in which the gaming industry is right now, with online being so heavy of a focus between all these other game companies, online multiplayer is quite prevalent. So I think the only way that a general manager mode in a wrestling game is going to survive is if you make it online multiplayer. And the way that you do that is if you make the decision that you want to run SmackDown, you want to be the general manager for SmackDown, then you only get it's an online game, an online multiplayer game, and you only get paired up with specific people that you only get paired up with the people that run Raw. And vice versa. If you want to run Raw, you only get paired up with the people that run SmackDown. I think that's the only way that it can function. Because if two totally different players are trying to run the same brand, I don't think that I fail to see how that might work. I don't know. Again, I thought the whole entire concept of general manager mode was fucking stupid anyway, simply because they gave you a certain amount of currency and then they gave you all of this shit to do in the game with a handful of wrestlers. And then by the time you wanted to use one of your top stars, quote unquote, you couldn't use them because you couldn't afford them. So, to give you an example, like I told y'all before, my last video, Undertaker, that's my boy. That's my favorite wrestler. So I started out when I played the general manager mode. I started out with a bunch of jobber, low to mid card wrestlers. I signed contracts for mid to low card wrestlers, low to mid card wrestlers, and I was trying to eventually get enough money to get the Undertaker. When I eventually got the Undertaker, I couldn't keep him healthy because he had won at least 2 Hell in a Cell matches in 4 months, and then he wound up getting injured. And then I couldn't heal him properly because I didn't have enough money. That's what I'm saying. Like, they gave you a certain amount of money, but you didn't have enough. They didn't give you enough money to have a full-fledged roster that where you could compete. And then for every individual wrestler, you had to do a bunch of shit that cost you your money. Now, here's something that they could also do. If they were to make the general manager mode for the current gen consoles and the new consoles, for WWE2K22, as it stands right now, on WWE2K19 and on WWE2K20, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have a large chunk of virtual currency that's just sitting there because we've used the amount of virtual currency that it took to buy and unlock all of the other stuff that we wanted. All of the superstars, we got them. All of the all of the arenas and all of the championship belts, we got all of that stuff. We have virtual currency just sitting here. So if you make the virtual currency that you give us, that we accumulate from playing, we get from playing the game and playing online matches. If you make that the currency that you use for your entire general manager mode, that would be fucking dope, because it's like you have reoccurring money. You don't run out. Now, injuries and fatigue and all that stuff, that don't count towards. It's separate. It will be separate from your exhibition or your WWE play, however they want to do it. Because universe mode is separate from exhibition mode. Now, you can have the same stats and put the same wrestlers on the same brands if you have an option to do that. But that's not automatic. It's an option. So if I wanted to put somebody on, if I turned around and put somebody on SmackDown in my exhibition mode, and then I went to my universe mode and I started playing it, or I put somebody, or let's just say I created a wrestler. And or no, not created a wrestler. Let's just say I was using the Undertaker in universe mode, and his overall wound up getting to 100. They would ask me if I wanted to. Once I saved it, they would ask me if I wanted to use that Undertaker in the exhibition mode. It was either yes or no. So let's just separate it. The virtual currency that we get for playing the game, that we have sitting on WWE2K19 right now, because I'm pretty sure all of us got a lot of it that we can't use and we can't touch it. We just accumulate it, whether we playing online or we playing Universe Mode or we just playing exhibition matches. We accumulate money and we don't know what to do with it. Take that money that you would give us as virtual currency and just let us use it as the currency for our general manager mode. That would be great. But back to what I was saying. They should give us 2 separate editions. Not and it don't have nothing to do with the collector's edition or whatever. But they should give us 2 separate editions for WWE2K22. They should either give us a general manager, give us a general manager mode edition, or you give us the my player edition. And you don't have the opposite mode depending on what edition that you get. So if you get the general manager mode, for those of you who want to play general manager mode, then y'all wouldn't be able to play the My Faction. Y'all wouldn't be able to, because that's not the edition of the game that y'all got. Same with the My Faction edition. Us people, the us players who have the My Faction edition, we wouldn't be able to play general manager mode. That way you bring in 2 different audiences and you can have 2 separate you can have 2 separate revenues coming in for the game, and then you have, a diverse, we as wrestling fans, we diversified already, but you know what I'm saying, like, you have it split, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, it'll still be wrestling, so we all good, everybody cool, you know what I'm saying. We just have some people that enjoy general manager mode more than and then you got some people that enjoy general manager mode, and you got some people enjoy My Faction. Now I don't know how they would do My Faction, unless they were just to, I don't know, put all of the factions' names, put all the faction names throughout history. The Freebirds, the Ministry, the New Blood, the Brood, the Corporation, the Authority, the Shield, the 4 Horsemen, the Radicals. You put the Legion of Doom. You put, prominent faction names in the game. And then I guess they would give you a free card. Or they would let you open a pack. They would give you a free pack. And the free pack would probably come with 5 cards, 5 superstar cards. And you would have to choose which one of those 5 characters, which one of those 5 wrestlers would be the leader of your faction. And then they would let you pick what would be the name of your faction. So now I'm just speaking for me. Okay, I'm just speaking for me. So let's just say I did the My Faction. I got the My Faction edition of WWE2K22. Excuse me. And they gave me 5 cards. Okay. And this will be lucky as hell if this happened. Be lucky as hell. One of the 5 cards that I get is Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. So of course, I get Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. You know damn well I'm finna make the Ministry of Darkness. Okay? But you have different versions of different wrestlers from different areas, and I think that's something else that Brian Mazik also alluded to. So if I wanted to create the Ministry of Darkness, and there's 5 wrestlers to a faction, 5 wrestlers to a faction, and then you will be able to use those wrestlers in tag team matches and 6-man tag matches, and you will be able to use them in one-on-one contests. And I would think that your ultimate goal would to be to challenge Vince McMahon and his corporation. Now, I know. I just said the corporation will be one of the faction names that you could pick. But, see, that's the beauty of it. Yes, Vince McMahon is the final boss. That's the dude that you got to take down in order for the leader of your faction to win the world title. Y'all got to take down the corporation. Okay, y'all got to take down Vince McMahon's corporation. But if you just so happen to choose the corporation as your faction name, your faction could be different from Vince's faction. Let's just say Vince's corporation is a combination of the corporation and the authority. So let's say he got Big Boss Man, Triple H, Seth Rollins, and I don't know. Let me see. Let's just say it's him, Seth Rollins, Triple H, Big Boss Man, and Randy Orton. That's Vince McMahon's corporation with him as the leader. Okay, and that's the faction that you got to take down in order to get the championship. Your corporation could probably consist of all 3 members. Because he already got Seth Rollins, so you probably wouldn't be able to choose. You probably wouldn't be able to put Seth Rollins or Triple H on your faction. So let's just say it's you got the Bloodline. Okay, let's just say. But you could choose. You could choose to have the Bloodline as your corporation. Like Roman Reigns is the leader, and then you got Jimmy and Jay on your team, and then you get Rikishi and Yokozuna. Yeah, you know that's the Bloodline, but you chose, you know what I'm saying? You chose the name, the corporation. Or you get, or you could have like DX or whatever. I guess it would all depend on what version of that wrestler that you would get. So, like for instance, to back up a bit about what I said about having the same wrestler on each faction. So let's just say Triple H is in Vince's corporation, okay? But that's corporate Triple H. You can have DX Triple H in your corporation. You can have Triple H DX. You can have DX Triple H in your corporation. You can have Shawn Michaels in your corporation, and then you can have like Roman Reigns if you wanted to, or you could have I don't know, Yokozuna, or you could create the Bloodline. That should be a faction name. You create the Bloodline, and then you get Roman. Like I said, you get Roman Reigns, you get Jimmy J, you get Rikishi, and you get Yokozuna. Dear Lord, if you got all 5 of them niggas on your faction, good Lord, you would probably be unstoppable. Cause Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is a dog, and man, that's just whew. But yeah, I mean, you do something like that. I think having 2 separate mode editions instead of you trying to jam both modes into the game and potentially neglecting some areas of the core game, I think that would be cool. But, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And as always, remember, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. I'ma holler at you later. This your boy, Mr. J Sinister, the Sinister Minister. Holla!